probably been on a flight, got settled into your seat, switched on your iPad to read a magazine, but was then told to turn it off and put it away before takeoff. We've all been there. But now, things are changing. For months, American carriers have been allowing passengers to read ebooks, play games, and watch videos on their devices during all phases of flight. American carriers were swift to implement these changes after the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration determined that airlines could safely expand passenger use of portable electronic devices during all phases of flight without compromising safety. In an echo of the FAA ruling, the European Aviation Safety Agency has stated that it will also now allow air passengers to use electronic devices in flight with minimum limitations. It seems as though everyone is on board with this new policy, except us. Currently in Canada, use of electronic devices is only allowed during the cruise portion of the flight. That's in between takeoff and landing, and phone calls are only allowed once the plane has landed and is taxiing toward the gate. But why is this? Why can't you use your phones on planes? No one really seems to know.
My honest opinion, I have no idea. I know some of the rules and regulations are changing in the U.S., and I am a frequent traveler, and I find it very irritating. But as to why we're not allowed to do it, I don't have explanations. I know I have friends that are air traffic controllers, and they've told me that it has absolutely no effect on the pilots and any effects on the communications that they have within the cockpit. But as to why I'm not allowed, I can't. I'm not 100% certain why not.
Well, because it interferes with the aircraft frequencies, is what we've been told. Now, how true that is, I don't know, because in Europe they're not enforcing it to that level.
Right, and same with the U.S. They just came out with a new ruling so that you don't actually have to.
Yeah, I mean, I work in electronics, and I've never figured out why they would have that restriction, so.
I assume it's so that you listen to the emergency rules.
If this option is available across the U.S. and now in Europe, why is it taking so long to get approved here in Canada? In a statement to Sun News, Transport Minister Lisa Raitt said, "My officials are currently looking into the changes that the U.S. have already implemented. The safety and security of Canadians remains our priority. I met with airlines last week and indicated that it is my preference to implement a similar standard as soon as possible." Raitt would not comment on a timeline. However, the National Airlines Council of Canada hopes to enhance the traveler experience and said they're already working closely with Transport Canada. And should this recommendation be given the green light, passengers shouldn't expect changes to happen immediately. How fast this change is implemented will vary by airline, and the airlines will have to show that their airplanes meet the new guidelines. It seems as though Canadians who were preparing to board their flight out of Ottawa were hoping they would have had these new freedoms already.
Exactly. The kids have the iPhones, they have the iPads, they have the Kindles, they have their PSPs, all those types of things that they play with on the plane as well.
Yeah.
I check my phone for emails and maybe start a movie or something while you're waiting to take off. So.
Yeah.
My phone or my iPad.
Yeah, texting probably. That'd be sweet.
Facebook.
Check email. Yeah, answer email. That's about it. No reading on the plane.
What about phone calls on the plane? Would you like to be able to hear those conversations?
No, not at all. Phone calls off. Absolutely. But email and doing everything you do on the BlackBerry or Apples, sure.
Amid the talk of allowing personal electronic devices during takeoff and landing has also sparked the issue of in-flight calls. Passengers clamoring to talk at 35,000 feet and others who want to avoid the annoyance of cabin chatter is already another source of conflict that has passengers drawing battle lines. I'm Alexandra Gunn. This has been a Sun News special report. You've been cleared for takeoff.